Welcome back to another video, guys. So today what we'll be doing is we'll be replacing the front wheel bearings, front strut mounts, and possibly front springs, depending on how far we get. And then tomorrow what we'll be doing is we're replacing the back springs just to raise it up a little bit because it is a bit too low. So we're just changing the bearing on the Mercedes 190E front at the moment, so we'll just go through that now. So on the Mercedes 190E, you've got this little nut here with an Allen. You just loosen it up and you can take it off. This is your adjuster as well. And then you've got a little plate in here. Just comes out like this. What we should really do is we should probably take the brakes off first, because otherwise we're not going to get this off. So we'll do that now. So on the brakes, you've got a 17mm bolt at the back there. You just pull that out and then the caliper comes off, and then there's just that Allen head there. You pull that out and the disc comes off. So we'll do that now. So what we'll do is we'll chuck some Loctite back on this when we put it all back together so it won't come undone. So the reason we're doing this is so I can clean out all the grease, because the bearing is absolutely stuffed. Here's your rotor. A little grub screw. So as we can see, pull that out. That bearing is very well worn out. I'll pull out a new one and I'll show you. So that's a new one. As you can see, nice and solid. That's the old one. It's packed full of grease, but you see the movement in it. Compared to the new one, there's hardly any movement in that. Pull this off and we'll clean that out. I've already packed it with new grease, but we'll just give it a quick wipe down, make sure there's no metal filings in this, and we should be good to go. So normally you'd change out the race as well, but I don't have a press or anything to pull it out or put a new one in, so I'm just going to leave this one in because it looks like it's in good condition. Let's chuck it over here. As you can see, there is a tiny little bit of scorching on that, but it should be fine. We shouldn't have too much of an issue with it. So that back oil seal looks pretty good. I think normally you'd probably replace that, but I don't have the tools all the way or how to replace that at the moment, as I'm only doing this on my driveway. So now with this wheel bearing, you need a packet. So what I normally do is you just put a bit of grease in your hand like that, and then you just push it in as so. Make sure there's plenty of grease in it, because you don't want it running dry. So we'll just change these gloves because they're now kind of screwed. And we'll just reassemble it, put some grease back in it, and we should be good to go. Now with this, you want to make sure you tighten it all the way so it pushes that bearing in. As you can see, give it a good couple of turns at full tightness. And then we'll back it up until it spins freely. Like that. And then we just tighten up the grub screw. All nice and fixed, no more slop, no more noise, it's all nice and quiet. And that's that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this out so we can replace the top mount, because it's a bit buggered. So this is one 290mm, so a 90mm bolt with nut for the top. Normally do this, but I'm just going to do it because I have no other option. I'm just going to put some vice grips on the shaft to stop it from spinning. So once again we'll chuck some Loctite on this when we're done. As we can see, we'll push it down just to make sure it works. So it's alright, like, it's not great, but it does the job. So the top of this is just 313mm bolts. And I'll get back to you guys once I pull this out. So here we go, this is our strut top. So this is the old one. This one's not that bad. It's the driver's side that's pretty stuffed, but if we're going to do one, we may as well do both. This is our new one. Look basically the same. It's just brand new and we won't have any issues with this one. So we've gone this far. I've got some new springs here for it that are made for the 2.6 because we've got a 6-cylinder motor in it now. So I'm going to pull these ones out and make the new ones fit. So it's a little bit higher because it's just a little bit too low for my liking. So we're going to pull this out. We just need to pull off the sway bar. We should be able to push this down, pull this out, set it next to the new one, cut the new one to how long we want it, and put it back in. So we'll get onto that now. Like I said, pull out the old one, adjust the new one to the height we want it, put it back in. So these are our new ones here. You can see the difference in length. So the same thickness, but we just want to take a little bit off of it just to raise it up 50 mil. So what we're going to do is we're going to do both of them at the same time. So both at the same height. There we go, both identical. Hopefully, if it's too high, we can always lop off half coil, but it shouldn't be too bad now. Fairly spot on. We'll go ahead and put them back in.